Subnautica. How you doing, baby girl? And this is going to be my first Subnautica video, and it's going to be lovely. It's going to be the very best kind of a high school reunion with your sweetheart schoolgirl crush or schoolboy crush, you know. Hey. Oh, I didn't finish this game. I never stopped playing Subnautica, to be honest. Not in my mind, not in my heart. I never finished with the game. But a certain Frostbite update dropped for Subnautica Below Zero, and that was very enticing for me and my bro to go and check that out. So we did. We checked it out. But I never forgot about Subnautica. I came back to it here and there, and there's even been a stable branch update. It's supposed to be fixing a couple things here and there, and there's even more fixes on the experimental branch. And these are supposedly going to justify the price increase. And one could fairly say the game itself justifies the price increase. Because I would be honest with you, I'd pay $60 for this, and I'd be happy to do it. Oh man, you don't. Hey, if you're curious, if you come across this video, just hey, let me search up Subnautica, see what some people think about it. Go ahead and get you Subnautica. It's a wonderful game, and if you own Subnautica, hey, how you doing? You doing okay? I'm doing okay. Hey, we all doing okay. Stay near the surface, or at least near a powered oxygen base. But hey, got a whole bunch of stuff going on my data. A lot of content for you. And even though Subnautica is in a post 1.0 release state, there's still bugs in it. Bless this game's heart, there's still bugs in it. And so I will be making Let's Play Subnautica and Let's Bug. And I'll make some Let's Talk too. And once Below Zero hits 1.0, unless they iron out all the bugs for that game, I'll stop doing Let's Bug for that, but I'll probably keep up Let's Bug for Below Zero. I'll do a Let's Play for that, and I'm gonna have Let's Talk. I'm gonna have a whole bunch to continue saying about that. But for Subnautica, unlike Below Zero, I don't have two datas. One where I'm just playing around, the other one's hey, let me check out the updates. I can't go back and see this new thing, so I have to start over. For Subnautica, I've got one data, one playthrough. I haven't started over. I haven't done a secondary one. I haven't even come close to the halfway point of me beginning to start to think about feeling like I might be getting a little bit tired of Subnautica. I haven't even come close to that point. It's like, yeah, you know me. If you've seen any of my Below Zero videos, you've seen the way that I cram stuff into a base, the way that I build, the places that I build, the reasons that I build. You got to imagine I've got mega base complexes in my mind that already exist inside the game. I just haven't went and gotten all the resources and built them yet. They're planned out. I never forgot about them. I've got old designs. I've got new designs that I've recently been thinking about. I've kind of been in a conundrum. I've been going back and forth between Below Zero and Subnautica. I'm kind of juggling playing for my own joy and my own delight. And then, I got to do a little bit of busy work. I got to prepare this. I got to make this look a little bit better. Let me touch this up for some content. I want to make a music video. I'm going to make a music video in this area. I'm gonna go ahead and build a base in that area just to support me in that area, setting up for the music video. And then while I'm done doing that, I'm gonna make the place look good enough to be in the music video, because I'm silly. I like to be in my sandbox games. I like to bang my action figures against one another and get the dinosaurs fighting G.I. Joe, and I make up my own little stories. And the game can have an offering of a good story on its own, and it doesn't have to offer a story. It can be complete sandbox, or it can be like, hey, there's a story mode. There's actually story missions, but otherwise it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto. The majority of what people do when they first play, it's like, hey, you just play and you run around and you do what you do. You see what you can do and you try it and you do it, and you see what else you can do and you do that, you try that. It's like, oh boy, well, if I can do this, let me see if I can do that. And then after a while, it gets a little, the fun. It's like, okay, I can do a whole bunch of weird stuff. And, let me check out the story. Then you mess around with the story for a little bit. You might get a little, okay, well, that's interesting. I learned I can do this because of that mission. I'm going to take a break from the mission and go mess off over here on this part of the city or this part of the town and go, do silly side quests. And you can have any balance, any measure of gameplay, sandbox materials, and story, and different games handle that balance in different ways. And for the survival crafting subgenre of sandboxes, the allure for that is you can build and craft environments, dwellings, bases, if you will, houses or structures. You can get a little bit creative. You can let your Michelangelo come out, or maybe let your Picasso come out, with your base building, or maybe you got a Rembrandt in you. Different people build for different reasons. Your base might just be bare bones, essential and functional, but man, it's beautiful to you when you're low on oxygen, about to die, starving to death. You need to quench your thirst, and you got boo-boos and ouchies, and you about to die, and there's a reaper on your butt. It's like, oh man, that base looks so beautiful. It's the most gorgeous thing you ever seen. Or it can just be the most beautiful looking base that you spent 3 days crafting together with painfully, meticulously gathered materials, and you look at it and you're like, well, what's it for? And you're like, absolutely nothing. Serves no purpose. It just looks nice. It's like, oh, okay, well, cool. It does look nice. And you can go anywhere in between functional bases, non-functional bases, substations, mega bases. And whatever reason that you play the game, your character, who you are, whether you're playing a blank, mindless, faceless, no-name person, or whether you're playing a specific person with a specific character and a specific backstory, you can still put yourself in there to some extent. In Pokemon, you don't got to go and gather all the gym badges and fight the Elite Four. You can just run off and do battles. You can train your whole team up however you want. When you get bored doing that, you can train up a whole other team. Subnautica is very powerful in that it succeeds very well, not only in its storyline department, it succeeds not only well in its sandbox exploration, do your own thing department, but it goes further and it manages to synergize. It tethers and ties, intertwines and weaves the storyline and the sandbox components together. Like a game of Pong, you're going to be bouncing back and forth, starting the game, story mode, this is what I got to do. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to do things my way. So then you bounce off and you do things your way, and then you find little tidbits here and there that kind of point you at an interesting story, and you're like, oh, we'll bounce over here, and like, oh, well, that's something interesting, but I'm kind of doing this. Bounce back to your stuff, doing your thing, and you come over in a new area, bounce over there, hey, but you're back in the story. And instead of being disoriented, it's like, oh no, I don't know what's going on, It's like a theme park ride. You're like, whoa, this is cool.